Exactly what you need. You need yourself right now. You need yourself right now. That's the one thing we never give ourselves. I put a clip on my page about this where I was talking to Michael. This was earlier in the year, and I was reflecting on this. And I was like, I still do the same thing that I said I wasn't going to do 6 months ago. And that is taking care of other people instead of me. So when I saw that video and I went back to that episode, I was like, let's redo this. Okay? Let's redo this. Let's be what I said I was going to be. Let's be who I said I was going to be, and let's get it. Let's be as bright as we possibly can. Okay. So, being small is like the worst thing that you can do to yourself. It's the worst thing that you can do to yourself. Why? You are a big person. You have big dreams. You're the only person here who looks like you, acts like you, has had your experiences. Why make those small? Why try to do that? And it's because we're trying to fit in. We're doing it to fit in. We're doing it because it feels like our shine, what the thing that makes us us, is hurting the people that we love. And that's the problem. We care so much about that person's feelings that we will make sure that we are as small as we possibly can be so that they feel better. Why are you doing that? Who are they to you? How does this help you in the long run? This is the things that I've been asking myself, because when I see myself shrink, I always ask myself why. What benefit what benefit is shrinking to you? And when I ask myself that, I have absolutely no answer. There's no answer. I don't benefit at all from shrinking. I actually lose stuff. I lose confidence, which is priceless. That's not something I can go out and buy at a store. I have to rebuild that. I have to go back and I have to do some inner work to get rid of those feelings, to get back to being big. This takes time. It takes 2 seconds for somebody to knock you off your pedestal. It takes months, sometimes years, to get back on that pedestal. So this is what I'm saying. We have to protect this by all means, because it takes too long to get back to where you were. It takes too long to get past where you were. Because once you get back to where you were, we're at zero. We didn't even go anywhere. We're back to where we started. And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to progress. We're here to meet our goals. And the more we are allowing other people to make us small, and the more we are telling ourselves it's best for me to be small so that that person feels good, we're living wrong. We're living crazy. We are literally saying that that person feelings and the way that me being my best self affects them matters more than me being my best self. And I don't know about you guys, but I work too damn hard to let somebody take my best self. I can't do it. I've done it so many times in my life. I've allowed people to tell me who I am, what I'm supposed to be, where I should go, how I should dress, what job I should have, what car I should drive. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it. I want to be me. I want to be the best me that I possibly can. And the only way I can do that is to never let anybody's opinion, criticism, little hurt little jabs because you jealous, because you don't have a show, because you sitting on your couch watching me. That's the problem, right? That's why you're mad at me. This is what we have to do. We have to accept that some people aren't where they want to be, and that because of that, they're going to make sure that you never get where you want to be, just so that they can tell you I told you so. Because I couldn't live my dream. What the fuck do you think you're doing trying to do yours? Those are the people we can't stand by. Here's the other thing. This is the sneaky part. Sometimes you're that person. Sometimes you dim your own light. This is crazy. Why are you doing that? Why are you telling yourself that you're not good enough? Who said? What inside you makes you believe that you should be less than? And whatever that answer is to that question, let's talk about it. Let's sit down. Let's have conversations with people you trust. Let's find therapy. Let's really work on it, because that's the one thing we haven't done yet. Here's the thing. Let me put this in perspective. You're a boss, right? You're leading a tribe, right? Who are you going to follow? Are you going to follow a healed person, or are you going to follow somebody who's all over the place? You're going to follow somebody who wavers, somebody who bends when somebody else tells them, oh, I don't think you can do that. I don't know about you, but I'm not rallying behind that person because to me, they seem shaky. So sit. I mean, honestly, get in the shoes of your employees, right? So you're saying, I don't know, you're saying, okay, I have a journal business, right? I have a planner business. And somebody else comes to me and they say, oh, well, are you sure you want to do that? There's a ton of planners. Why do you want to do that? And then I go, well, okay, maybe not. All those people don't have jobs now because of one moment, because of one conversation. I decided, you know what? They're right. Why? How dare I live a dream? How dare I put out another planner? Who cares? There are thousands of planners. What is it going to matter if you add one more to that? All it's going to do is be beneficial to you because you're going to find people who like what you do. That's the thing. Haters always forget that people actually like what the fuck you got going on. They forget that. They forget that there's 8 billion people in this world. You're bound to find 20 that love what you got going on. You're bound to find 1,000 people that love what you got going on. You're bound to find 100,000. I swear to God, find 100,000 people that support you. You can live your life. You can live your life very well. You can charge those people $20 a month, not bother them at all. And how much money do you have? Do the math. That's millions. I'm talking about millions. Right. And it's really on the way. Like, this is what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. If you don't have friends, you don't have people around you that are telling you it's on the way, you're going to be in the dark. And the problem with being in the dark and you being the only light, there's nothing else around. It's like in Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, right? Like, what were they? The point of that was because they're in the dark. There is nothing fucking down there. Marlin is scared of shit. He's ready to turn around. He don't even want to find his son anymore because it's dark as fuck. This is what happens in life. This is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is going down into black, complete black, right? You know that the only fish that survive down there have their own light. They produce their own light. Everybody else is just waiting to see that. And then do you know what they do? They catch people up with that light and they eat them. I love it. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to be. But instead, what we're doing the opposite. We're letting people come down in the dark. We're producing our own light. We're doing our own shit in this place where no one said we were going to thrive. And then we're letting other people tell us you're not thriving. The fuck out of here. I eat every day. I eat every fucking day. How are you telling me I'm not thriving? What? You're crazy. So this is what I'm saying. This is how we know that people don't believe in themselves. And it's okay. We all had these moments where we didn't believe in ourselves. Ask me 6 years ago what the fuck I was going to be doing. Not this. I swear to God it wasn't this. I would have told you that I would have been a barefoot pregnant lady with like 4 kids who was just like an HR consultant, because that's what I was doing 6 years ago. Who the fuck is that? That doesn't sound like me. So this is what I'm saying. If I had kept sitting in this space of people who kept telling me that was the best I could do, kept telling me the best I could do was be a mom in a small town in the back of nowhere as an HR lady, just a regular HR admin. What the fuck? That's not me. That's not me at all. And I knew that. And the problem is, this is how, and I'm going to get into how you can identify when you're around a whole bunch of people who are dimmers. What happened to me is I kept saying, I have other plans. Everybody around me was like, the fuck you think you are? Plans. This is it. And then I kept going, this can't be it. I started crying every day because I was like, this can't be it. Like, I fucking promise you, I will lose my mind if this is it. If this is all I have for the rest of my life till I'm 75, stop. Stop the whole train. I want to get off. I want to get the fuck off. I can't do this. And see, this is what happens. If you're feeling like, please get me the fuck off this train, you're in the wrong place, baby. This place does not support your light. It doesn't do anything for you, but make sure that you stay on this train that you don't even want to be on. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's okay. You can get off the train. The thing is, the funniest thing and the craziest thing that I had to learn is you can get off the train. That sounds crazy. You guys remember when Kanye said they want to be slaves? Like slavery is a choice? Sometimes it is. Sometimes you're sitting on that train that you don't want to be on just because. Just because no one around you got off. Even though you see a million people who have actually got off the train, gone on, done what they wanted to do. You're looking at them, you're watching their TikToks, watching every single podcast that they're on, trying to soak up all this magic that they have, and you won't get off the train. This is a problem. This is a real problem, y'all. And then the people who are on the train will tell you, this is it. This train is it. There is no life out there. Even though you're watching people have a life out there. And then you start to get sad. I don't know about y'all. I'm a Cancer. I got a lot of feelings. So I don't know how y'all do things. But when I, on the inside, can't smile, if I'm on the inside and I'm not this joyous, I'm not this loud, I'm not this animated, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I'm feeling dimmed. Something around me is telling me that I can't be what I want to be. So here's the thing. Do you know what you got to do when that happens? Telling people to fuck off. That's it. That's the only thing you can do is telling people to fuck off because they have to go. And I don't care if this is your parents. I don't care if this is your cousin. I don't care if this is their boyfriend that you've had for 600 years. I don't give a fuck. These people are in your way. They got to go. You can get off this train. Get off the train. Don't talk to them for 6 months. I guarantee you. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like, okay, everybody lives in the 6 months of time. Because I've had people who I stopped talking to when they passed away. And then I felt bad about it. So at your own discretion. However, fuck them for 6 months. Say fuck them for 6 months. See what that does to you. See what it's like to be away from these people. See how you start finding people who actually believe in you. See how you start finding people who want to see you move. See how people start giving you opportunities to do the thing that everybody else on that fucking train told you couldn't do. Watch it happen. And watch it happen fast. Watch it happen to the point where you're like, oh my God, I'm sitting here and I'm living my dream. Y'all, I got flown to Switzerland. Flown. I didn't pay for shit. Who would have told me that? Was little HR girl gonna do that? Hell no. And see, if I had stayed on that train, I would have never known that this is normal. Do you know how many people I met on that trip who were like, yeah, I do a trip every month? The fuck? I'm trying to be like you. I'm actually trying to be every week. Where are we going? Like, the fuck are we going? Let's go. But this is their lives. And then when we see it, we're like, oh my God, that can't be me. But the more you go for it, the more you start looking around and you start going, this is me. This is me. All these things that I said that I wanted to do is happening. I'm starting to watch myself do things that I wanted to do for 5 years. Why? Because there's no one around me that says anything like, you can't do that. They're actually telling me, hey, how can you do that faster? How can we expand upon this? How can we get this into this 100,000 people? 100 million, really. Let's raise the number. Fuck, I said 100 million, it is. It is what it is, right? How can we get you to 100 million? That's the question. And I love having that question because you know what that does? It makes me bigger. It makes me shine brighter. It makes me try harder to be more me, to give more of what I was put on this earth to do. We're forgetting that we started these businesses for a reason. If your reason for starting your business was to make money, stop. Fucking stop. Ask any entrepreneur, that shit is not happening for 5 years. You got 5 years of no money. So if that was the only reason why you didn't want to, that you wanted this business, stop. Stop right now. Stop right now. You got to have some type of passion behind it. You have to have some type of love. You have to have some type of light behind it for it to move. What do people see and what do people respond to? Your soul, to your light, to your aura, to your energy. It's nothing else. Yes, the handbag helped. It helped the conversation help. It helped that conversation start. Yes, the hair, fine, fuck it. Yes, your jewelry, your car, especially guys with cars. Sometimes that will get you in the door. It will get you in the door. Let me tell you, 800,000 plus car will get you in the fucking door to a lot of places. However, you can get in that door and fuck up. The only way that you're going to keep moving up and keep being allowed in these rooms is having this light. So we gotta protect it at all costs. So the first thing that I want you guys to do to protect your light is to identify the people who love the fucking dark. Okay? There's some people out here that just really love not achieving shit. It's their favorite thing. They love being comfortable. If you say, hey, maybe we should go on a trip, why would we do that? Everything I want is in my city. You got to get the fuck away from me because I like traveling. We can't be friends. I love going somewhere new. So no, it's not going to work for me because this is just not the direction I'm trying to go in. Same thing when people are like, why would I want to be an entrepreneur? I get everything that I want as being an employee. That's wonderful. I don't. So let me go find some other people who feel that way. Let me go talk to some people who can help me because that's wonderful for you. I wish, but that's not how it goes for me. So let me go. This is what we have to do. Some people love the dark. Some people love the dark. We need those people. We need those people because you know what? The more our light shines, the more they look. There's nothing else to look at. You're in the dark. So if I'm shining and I'm in your vicinity, I got your whole attention because there's nothing else to look at. Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. When they start hating on you, they start commenting under everything. They watch everything, but they can't send a like. But you've seen that they've watched every single fucking view. It's annoying. Sometimes I be sitting there, I'm like, 1,000 people watch this, but only 10 people hit like. That's cool. That's wonderful. But you see me though. So that's what I had to say was like, it's cool. Views do count because I know that y'all saw me. Y'all might not want to support yet because you were a little scared, but it's cool. I know you saw me because before it was just 100. So now we at 1,000. What are we going to do at 10,000? I guarantee you them likes going up. Maybe I'll have 100 likes. Who the fuck knows? But let me tell you, I'm going to still be here. I'm going to still be doing it because I have the drive and the support system to do so. And it's because all I have is people building and shining my light. So I know I can't do anything but go up. It's those people with all this darkness that are like, oh, what happens when you fall? What the fuck? Why are we talking about that? Why are we talking about that? Where did this come from? What do you mean when I fall? Are we at a down? Or am I at a decline right now? What the fuck is happening? Right, dude, right, no, really, like, Joe really said, am I a pussy? Like, dead ass, because it really be feeling like, so you didn't think I was gonna go for that? You didn't think I was gonna come for you? You didn't think I was gonna go get whatever the fuck I wanted? You crazy as hell because I'm coming for it. Why? First of all, now I done put 2 years into this shit. 2 years every single day into my podcast. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you and your opinion and where I'm gonna go. Why? Because baby, I'm on this train and I like this train. This train is nice. I got leather seats. It's going in the direction where I want to go. It's going to a place that I've never been. And I can't wait to get there. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you need. You need people who don't love the dark. So find these people who love to stay where the fuck they are. They don't got a goal. They ain't never set a goal in their life. They don't have a bossy planner because they crazy. But yeah, find those people. Stay the fuck away from them. Second thing, set your boundaries. I talk about this all the time, but I'm so fucking serious. A boundary will change your life. And so this is how you set a boundary. You create a habit. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this for real. No one gives a fuck about your boundary unless you do. I'm so for real. You can sit down and you can write on every Instagram page that you have, I don't. The moment you do, that boundary didn't matter because you let it happen. So this is where we're at right now, y'all. We got to set boundaries. And how do you set boundaries? You create a habit. It's hard because I know some of us got soft hearts. I know. I got a soft heart too. It's sweet. It's lovely. I love it. However, we can't listen to her all the time. Sometimes it's a no. I don't want to. I posted this earlier where I was like, oh my God, I'm at this point in time where somebody asks me to do something. I just say no. And I smile and I'm like, no, I don't want to. And do you know what they say? Oh, okay, well, I asked. Yes, you did. And I'm going to tell all of you guys, if you're in business, rejection is part of it. Everybody doesn't want to go see your fashion show. Everybody doesn't want to go to your new album release party. Everybody doesn't want to go to your book signing. Everybody doesn't want to go to your movie. Some people don't give a fuck. That's okay. There are people that do, though. There's people that are literally making fan pages for that thing, right? Talk to them. Don't even worry about the people who don't want to go. If I'm one of those people who don't want to go, don't worry about me. I'm sorry. I know we're close. I know we have moments. However, I'm just not your audience right now. That's okay. It's okay. And so many people that I know who aren't my audience, it's okay. They know I have a show, though. That's all that matters. They know you got something going on. They know you got a fashion show. They know you produce art. They know you make movies, right? That's all that matters. They don't have to watch it. Fuck them. But they know that you do this. Why? Because it's a habit of yours. This isn't it sometimes. This is what the fuck you do. Do y'all know? I was on my way to the show, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my boyfriend. And he was asking me if I had made it to the studio yet, because I told him I was going to come down here early. Ha 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 ha. Right? I thought so too. But I didn't. I did not get here on time. My bad. I apologize. But like, so I told him, I was like, no, I wasn't down there yet. Do you know he texted me back so fast? He was like, you're not going to do your own show? And I was like, never. Like with the period. Like it was like, what? And so what's crazy is because I have made this a habit, it's fucking nuts for me not to show up. It's so crazy for me not to show up that other people will literally be mad at me for not doing this. They'll be like, the fucker, what happened? Why? Why would you not be here? See, this is what happens when you create a habit. I've been here every single fucking Thursday since April. You can't tell me this isn't what I do. If anybody knows me, they know on Thursday I'm at the fucking studio. My dad knows that. I don't even talk to him that much. It's crazy. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm like, my sister will call me on a Thursday and she makes sure it's before 3 o'clock because everybody fucking knows it's already over. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all see me. Y'all see me on the show and my phone goes off and I'm like, I know they didn't fucking call me during my show. You're crazy. This is how you set boundaries. You have to be about your shit. It's hard. It's hard for me to be here every day. Y'all should see me. I'm trying to do behind the scenes so that y'all can see some of the disheveledness because it's not always pretty when I walk in here. However, when the lights and cameras come on, I'm, hey, besties, right? But before then, no. We was having a breakdown. Sometimes I've literally had to go to the bathroom and gather myself before we sat out here. But this is something that I do and something that I would not miss the opportunity. I got to be sick. The only time I missed my show for anything other than a holiday was when I had COVID. And even then, everybody was like, do you still want to come? Exactly. It's still like, why are you missing the show? What the fuck is going on? But for safety, I did not show up. But honestly, it's definitely one of those things where this is how you create boundaries. Now I have boundaries that people don't fuck with. And it's not hard for them not to fuck with it because they already know Ellie doesn't play with that. Don't call her at this time. She's working out. Don't worry about that. Like, she'll be back in an hour. And like, this shit is happening. There's nothing that's gonna impede. I don't talk to nobody when I run. I don't answer a phone call. I don't do anything because I have to set that boundary so that people know this is my time. Everybody also knows on Friday, after I've given y'all my all week long, don't fucking talk to me. Friday is my day. It's my day. I'm not going outside. I don't care what you got going on. If I do go outside, count yourself lucky. But honestly, I'm going outside for 2 hours because I want to be in my bed. And that's just is what it is. This is what you do. This is how you set boundaries. This is how you get people to respect you. You respect yourself. Respect yourself. If you have a habit, you have something that you want to do, you keep saying that you do a podcast, but you don't never show up for your own podcast, that's crazy. No one's going to respect you because you don't respect yourself. You don't even respect yourself enough to do what you said you were going to do. That's wild. What happened? What happened? Was it a dimmer? Are you dimming your own light? Are you telling yourself you can't? Is there something you're missing? Because please don't tell me you're missing some equipment. You got a phone. Please don't tell me you don't have an audience. What the fuck? You have followers, right? Even if it's 13, I don't give a fuck. You have an audience. Even if it's 0, somebody is tuning in. Tell a friend. Tell a random stranger on the street. They might actually watch. I've done that a lot. I've been in coffee shops where people are like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I have a podcast. And they watch me more than some of the people who I actually know. This is what happens, y'all. Take a chance on yourself and respect yourself. That's why I said, this is the last time that y'all are ever going to see me not fully done and not fully like on my game, because I decided I'm going to respect myself this year. I'm going to take myself so fucking seriously. There's nothing else anybody else can do, because my standard's up here. We're all the way up here. And if you see me operating and moving up here, you will never come to me down here. Why? Because you know, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even match up to what you got going on. That's where we're at. People are talking about that with dating. People are talking about that with their business. This is what you need to do. You need to respect yourself. You need to get systems. You need to get things together. You need to unghetto your business. We got to. And as soon as you unghetto your business, watch how much business you get. This is what I'm saying. The last thing that I want you guys to do, find your drive. Okay? So earlier this year, we had people, we had people, the Apply Pressure dudes. That was really cool. And one thing that they said at the time that was shocking to me is that they were like, motivation will not get you the whole way through. And at the time, I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, it will, because how else am I going to do it? No. I promise you, the motivation will wane. It will go all the way the fuck down. I've had days where I did not want to do this show. If I video diary all my stuff, including journal, there's so many videos in my phone where I was on the way to the studio and I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I want to go to sleep. I don't want to do this. I want to go, I don't know, lay in the bed with my man, or I want to go eat something. I want to do anything else but do the studio thing, right? I show up, though. Why? Routine and discipline. Routine will take you everywhere. Habits will take you everywhere that motivation can't. Because I promise you, if everything that I did was based off motivation, there's a lot of episodes that I wouldn't have. There's so many episodes that I wouldn't even have if it was based off motivation. No, discipline and routines get you everywhere. I don't care what you are thinking right now. Stop. Stop right now. Look at me. Discipline, routines. That's it. That's all any of this shit is. That's all any of business is. That's all any of it is. It's boring. It's tedious. And it's challenging, because people are going to try you, and there are going to be obstacles at every fucking turn. Every turn. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. You're going to keep hitting walls. The only people who make it are the people who can break down those walls. The people who are looking at the wall like, man, I'll fuck this wall. I'm going to get around it. There's a hole. I got dynamite. I got a friend. Do we have Superman over here who can just bust through this bitch? Because this is what it is. This is what we're talking about. Like, this is how you keep your light. It's the only way. You have to let nothing stop you. You have to know that your light is the only thing that's going to keep this thing moving, even when it feels dark and cold. Warm yourself. Warm yourself with your light, with your desires, with your dreams. Sit by that fire in your heart until it actually becomes a real 3D fire. That's what we have to do. Sometimes Delulu is the only way, okay? I know we don't like doing it, but it really is the only way. So I do talk about my personal journey, but maybe not so much right now, because I think we're gonna do another avenue for that one. I've had a lot going on, and I don't know if I want this to be my narrative, but I do want to say I've been in dark places. And the reason why I do these episodes is because I've been in dark places with no light. It's awful. It's hollow. It's cry. Do you know what it makes you do? It makes you hate people. I used to see people like, do really happy TikToks, like matching pajama shit, stuff like that. It used to piss me off. Why? Because I was dark on the inside. Why am I mad that you're in love? I was fucking pissed. I was like, take that shit down. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see you guys hugged up in front of a fire. Fuck you. And I feel like we all go through these phases. And the only reason why I didn't want to see that was because I was hurt. I was hurt down super, super deep. And the moment that I realized that I was doing it to myself, I was allowing myself to let other people's lives bother me, or for me to be affected by somebody just being their best selves, is crazy. I tell myself that's crazy. They're not bothering me. They're just being wonderful. Why is being wonderful bothering me? Okay, I have problems. Let's fix this. Let's talk about it. Let's go figure this out, because this is a problem. This is why all these people who love the dark, it's because they are just okay with whatever is missing in their soul. I'm not. And we talk about this all the time. I am not at all. We can't. I just can't. So while I'm looking on my phone to find the game, let me explain this to you. So the game is Shining Your Light or Not. Hold on. Somebody figure out how I can find this in my stories. How do you find your old stories? Somebody grab my phone. Okay, I see them. Shared. Sorry, y'all. I am a millennial, so. This is just my life. Not that. Let's just do stories. Okay, so we have the game. And again, you guys follow at entrepreneur.ish.podcast. We have stuff going on. The journals will be going on sale on the 7th. We'll talk about that here too. But I want you guys to get into it. Get into the stories. My stories are crazy. I actually put a lot of time and effort into my stories and how I'm going to do them each and every day. So please watch my effort. I love you. Thank you. And like, comment, and subscribe. All right. So the first one is someone asks you, are you sure you're doing it right? Is this shining or dimming? And what we saw is that on my results, 80% of you guys said that this was dimming, and 20% said that this is shining. So for me personally, when somebody asks you, are you sure you're doing this right? This is a weird question, because sometimes a friend can ask you that so that you can think a little harder about what you have going on. So I get that 20%. I can also really, really understand the 80%, because it's like, unless you have something to add to this, shut the fuck up. That's really it. And I'm really sorry, but that's how it feels. Because if I'm sitting here, I'm trying to create a journal, I'm doing something that I've always wanted to do. This is something that you're not an expert in. And then you're going to be like, are you sure you're doing this right? Are you sure? Are you fucking sure? Do you know anything about this? You're not sure either. So please, unless you have anything for me that's actually constructive, don't say that. I want you to say something that you actually mean. Please don't beat around the bush, especially when it comes to your friends. Stop doing that, because this is how things get misinterpreted. If what you really wanted to ask was, did you think this all the way through? Say that. Say that. Don't ever ask me, am I sure? I'm not. I'm never fucking sure. I'm just doing shit. This is how things get done. You have to try. You have to try it. I'm not sure. So if you don't have constructive criticism, stop. Don't ask that question. That's just in my opinion. All right. So then the next one is, you set a goal, but you don't hit it, unfortunately. And then you tell your friends, and then your friend decides to give you a book to improve. This is another one that was split. So this time it was 60-40, which is a little closer. So 60% said shining and 40% said dimming. I want to know, to the people who said dimming, why giving somebody a book would be dimming your light. I think it's because it kind of feels like, okay, here's stupid. Here's a way that you can get your shit together, right? It kind of feels like, okay, well, obviously I suck, right? Here's the thing, and I'm going to tell this story. Sometimes you do suck. It's real. I told this story. Y'all watch this episode with Marissa. It's like my fourth episode, right? And we talk about the first time we met. And Marissa worked at this place called The Bakery. And I was showing people, I said I had a podcast. And she was like, yeah, let me see your page. She looked at my page and she was like, this doesn't look like a podcast. When I tell you I want to punch her because I spent so much fucking time on all that content, so many Canva hours were wasted, like all this stuff where I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my feed and I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't look like a podcast? It's obviously a podcast. What are you talking about? Stop talking to me like that. I don't like it, right? See, now I'm butthurt. Like, that's just really what it is. I'm actually very, very upset that somebody didn't like what I had going on. However, she was right. It didn't look like a podcast. At the end of the day, she was actually right. And the reason why she told me that was not because she wanted me to fail, because she wanted me to get more viewers. She wanted me to get more followers. She wanted people to actually see that I actually had a podcast. She was rooting for me. So yeah, sometimes you need a book. Sometimes you need somebody to say, this kind of sucks. The problem is a lot of us don't have friends that are actually going to do this out of love. And the only reason why I took her criticism is because the way she said it was not, this is trash. She just said, it doesn't look like a podcast. Let me show you the podcasts that I follow. And let me show you what the differences are. So when I think of podcast, I'm thinking some type of title, I'm thinking mic, and I'm thinking 30 seconds of inspiration or something funny or whatever the fuck is going on in a podcast. She was like, what you have here is like full 5-minute clips. There's no mic. I don't know what's going on. There's no title or anything. So I don't want to click the video because it just looks like you sitting in a chair, right? I don't know if I want to watch that. Because of that, yeah, how many times have y'all seen a video with no title? It's been years. It's been probably like a year and a half since that's happened. Maybe once in a while I forget to put it on there. Maybe it's in the middle of the video, but there's definitely a title. On my cover pages, if you scroll, you can see exactly what we're about to talk about. Why? Because that's what podcasts do. You got to know. You got to have some sort of title. This is how people want to watch. This is what it is. Taking that advice, taking somebody's book, taking somebody's constructive criticism, this is what I'm saying. This was shining. If somebody gives you a book on how to better market because you suck at marketing, it's not dimming. You suck at marketing. They don't know what to do, but they found a source that does, right? They're helping you. So there's certain things where it's okay to get help. It's okay to admit that you are not the best at something. It's delivery, bossies. Please don't be rude. We're not rude. Remember, bossies are kind. So come at people very kind. If you are going to give them a book, please put a note as to why. Something very heartful, something that says, I'm rooting for your future or something like that. When I got my first internship, I was working as a development coach, which is crazy because I was 20 and the fuck was I going to develop? Like, I don't have nothing for you guys at that age. But that's what I was doing. And I got a book as a gift. And the book was about time management from my boss. So I was like, trying to say something. Like, the fuck, we got beef? You know, like, how it work? Right? So before, I was really offended when I saw the title. It was like, it's the 7 Habits book. It's yellow. It's got red on it. I don't know. I'll put the link somewhere. Well, you guys will see it. I will let you guys know what book it is. But when I opened it, he had this very heartfelt note and said, I see so much potential in you. However, you don't manage your time very well. I think this is your last step. And after that, I know you can reach the moon. Now, how am I offended? I can't be offended. Sweetest no ever. I have that book in my room right now. I keep that book forever. This man was only in my life for a year, but that giving me that book and telling me that you really do believe in what I have going on and where I'm going to go, and you wrote it down. And then 1, 2, you gave me a tool to help me get there, because these habits is how I've been getting there. And it's because of this book that I know how to set a habit and keep a habit. So this man really, really did help me in this moment where I could have been offended. I could have thrown this book in his face and I could have been like, well, fuck you, I quit, right? But see, sometimes delivery, I think he knew that that was probably what he was going to get from this black girl who was the only black girl in the whole fucking company. A little scared. He was like, I don't know if I can give her criticism. I'm not sure what I'm going to get back, but he did it in a great way. So this is what I'm saying. If somebody's going to give you something, do it intentionally and let people know that it's not to harm them. It's actually to build them up. It's the only way that you can do it. Here's the next one. You have a great idea, but you let it sit until you feel ready. Now, and then I asked, what are you doing to your own light? And I asked this because I really wanted to know. And it seemed like this was another 60-40. And this one was 40% shining, 60% dimming. And you guys who said dimming, that's correct. Waiting is not helping you shine. To all the people who put that as the answer, let me talk to you for a second. Waiting doesn't help you shine. Waiting confirms that voice in the back of your head that tells you that you're not worthy enough. This isn't the time for this, right? That voice it's not real. It's fake. This voice is false. And this voice is the devil. Like, for real. Like, stop listening to it. This voice is your hater. Stop listening to the haters in the back of your head. You don't need to wait. What you need is a plan. You need a plan. You need a system. But wait isn't the word. You need preparation. That's what you're trying to tell yourself. So preparation is an action word, right? That means you're doing something. You're going towards that goal. That's what you should do. Don't wait. Prepare yourself for this moment. I always tell myself every day I do a show, it's one day closer to me having my own talk show. Why? This is prep. I am prepping. So I don't give a fuck if you watch. I know where I'm going. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you just need to understand waiting is probably the worst thing that you can do. Because the more you wait, the louder that voice gets. The louder it says, you can't do this. This would have worked back then. It's too late now. It's too many people in this film or in this realm. It's too many people in this space for you now. You waited too long. Now you just don't do it. That's what happens. Nothing else comes from waiting than you just not doing it. Start doing it. There's I think I'm gonna do a book episode very soon of all the books that I've been reading and I'm listening to for real. It's one of them that says every time that you say wait, do it now. Drop everything and do it now. I do this a lot. I'm like, oh, I'll call them back later. Later never comes. Later never comes. Please define the amount of time that's in later. I'll wait. It's undefined, right? So you can make later anytime. 20 years is later. It's later, right? This is what we do. When you say, I'll do it now has a definition. Now has something that your brain can latch onto, something that your brain can identify and understands. Now means now. I'm going to do this right now. So every time you're like, oh, I'll wait and do that, especially something simple like sending messages, letting people know what you got going on, connecting with people, saying hi, things like that. No, that's a now thing. That's not a later thing. The only time it's later is if you're in the middle of one of your habits, one of your routines. That's the only time it's later. If you're not in one of those, stop. It's not the time. Okay, and then the last one that we did. Wait, no, that was it. We did 4. So yes, I was really excited about this game because, oh no, there's 2 more. My bad. Okay, one second. So you've been crushing on your goals lately and your friends notice that you haven't celebrated once, so they throw you a mini party. Is that shining or dimming? And I love that everybody said shining because it is. You need a mini party, and I don't care if that's like a mini bottle of champagne and a little bit of a woo. Like, if you just say woo and you pop some champagne and that's it, then that's you celebrating. But you need this moment. If you celebrating is going to get your nails done, celebrate. If you celebrating is going to buy another game, I don't know, if you're a gamer, whatever it is, celebrate. Do what you need to do to keep you happy. There's this thing that's been going very, very viral that's it's an emotion menu. So you start telling yourself, this is how I'm going to be happy. This is what I'm going to do. It's a pleasure menu. So you say, this is a side. An entree is something that makes you super happy. There's a side that makes you sort of happy. Dessert is like icing on top. And then the other thing is like a drink, like something that just makes a little sprinkle of something good on it, right? So this is what you have to start doing. You have to start looking at this menu in your life. You got to see, are you living? Are you indulging? Are you happy? Do you have any moment where you celebrate? Or does everything work? Because if everything's work, fuck it. This is awful. I can't live like that. I gotta have one moment. I gotta have some type of moment of break of peace. So yes, friends, bossies, you guys, throw everybody a mini party that you know. Even if the party is virtual, if you just start sending people dancing minions, I don't give a fuck. Tell them that you are proud of them, right? Let them celebrate. Let them have a moment, because you know what I have done and what I have seen? When I send these celebratory, I see you, do you know what it is? I get phone calls immediately. Oh my God, I was having a bad day. I wasn't even thinking about it. Thank you so much. You need that. Everybody needs that. Everybody loves to be celebrated. Do it. And especially for your bossies that you actually watched work super hard, yeah, celebrate them. Because honestly, if you don't, I'm going to feel like you're a hater. I'm going to put you in the dimmer box. And I'm going to be really, really honest, because I'm going to really feel like, no, if I sat here and I really gave my all and no one notices, how much more is that going to make you? Even if you celebrate yourself, if you give your all and then you don't celebrate, is that going to make you want to do it again? No, you're not. You're going to be like, no, I never want to do this again. All right. This last one kind of pissed me off because this has happened to me before, and I really want to talk about this. You tell your friend that you're fasting this month and that you're not drinking, and the next day your friend asks you to go with them to a wine-themed networking event. Is this shining or dimming your light? Now let me talk about this, because I saw some of you did actually say that this is shining. Where do you live? Well, I'm so sorry. Let's not be rude. Let's be kind. I'm sorry. Bring it back. What's the bossy answer? Not the Ellie answer. Bossy answer is, I'm so sorry. What's going on with you? This is an excuse me moment, because see, this is the problem. If you're in an environment and you're telling people that you are restraining to get to your next level, because most of the time when we fast, it's to get to the next level. It's not just because we want to. Who the fuck wants to fast? It is necessary. A lot of times, and I'm seeing this in a lot of entrepreneurs, and I will tell you, we can talk about fasting in another video, but fasting will move you. I fasted in August and got everything I wanted in September and October. It's part of it. Sometimes this is what you need to do to get to the next state, to get to this next moment in your life. Sometimes you got to fast. Now, if I'm sitting here and I'm telling you alcohol is ruining my ability to move forward in my business, so I'm taking it out of my life for a moment so that I can reset and do what I need to do, why would you put me in a space where I have to have self-control? We have self-control. I cannot go to the store. I cannot do this. But when my friend is like, this is a wonderful opportunity, however, it's a wine event, doesn't that make me second guess? Because then if I go, either I'm super uncomfortable because I cannot participate the way everybody else is participating, or I give in and you put me in a position to break something that I'm working on. Some of us aren't as strong-willed as we think we are. This is like telling an alcoholic, let's go to a bar. Why? Like, is that fun for you to watch me suffer? This is crazy. No. If somebody tells you that they're fasting, you respect that fast. And you tell them, hey, I saw this networking event. Maybe we can do something else. There's coffee networking events. There's digital networking events. There's all kinds of networking events. If you're my friend, then you will go, ooh, wine's not the one for you this month. Let's do another one, right? I'm not saying that your friends should not be inviting you places, because just because you can't drink does not mean that you can't have fun. Does not mean that you can't be outside. What I learned from not drinking is that I'm actually fun. I don't need drinking to be fun. I don't have to do it, right? So sometimes you have to discover yourself through these fasts. And so now I can drink or not drink. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. It's up to me. It's how I'm feeling that day, right? So the only way I was going to get there is with people not forcing that on me. I've had that happen. I sat down and I don't talk like outside of my show, outside of what I give y'all, a lot of times this is it. For a lot of people, they don't know anything else going on in my life but what I share with you guys right here. So if I'm sitting there and I'm telling you how I'm in a space and I need to move forward, so I decided to fast, and you really come to me and you're like, oh, let's go into this wine networking event. We can't be friends, babes. And I'm sorry. And you would really probably look at me crazy because here's the other thing. I don't break up with people. I just be like, okay, I'm going to step back. Like, I really don't. I just step back. And you come to me when you figure out what you did wrong, because that's just really what it is. I don't have time to argue. I don't have time to be in your face or to make you feel bad about something that you did. You're doing the best you can. That's all we all are doing. However, for me, I got to back up. So because I had to back up, we didn't talk for a while. And then when we finally did talk, I told her, I was like, do you know why we stopped talking, or why I stopped talking to you? I don't know what it was from your end, but I stopped talking to you because you invited me somewhere. It was against what I was doing that month. When I hear people are fasting, I don't offer them anything. I actually try to, I try to move my stuff away. Like, I try to be like, okay, well, this is not your thing. Maybe I need to stop. Or maybe I need to move this. This needs to be a personal bottle. This needs to be something that I'm doing over here. That's respect. You don't know what people have going on. You don't know what demons they're fighting. You don't know how much that fast can change their life. You trying to get them to break it or trying to get them to be in a space where they might possibly is dimming. It's dimming. It's not shining. It's nothing helpful about that. Now, if one of you guys can go in the comments and you can tell me exactly how this is a shining moment, I promise you, I'll call you personally and have that conversation, because I would like to know. I'm very open to other perspectives, but right now my mind is closed off on that one. It just doesn't make sense. So that is the game. I'm glad we had these scenarios. Thank you guys for participating. Do you guys know I used to put up polls and didn't nobody answer? Do you know what that was like? That shit sucked. Do you know what I would do? I would go to my other page and I would answer my poll. Because, period, I'm finna have engagement at some point. I don't need you. I'm my own bossy. You gotta get to that point. Self-love is the only thing that you can do when you are starting off as an entrepreneur. It is nothing but self-love. It's self-love for hours. Right. Be your only fan. The one thing I had learned, oh my God, I remember when I started back doing this and I was like, how can I do this? How? I am not encouraged in any way. I'm doing what all these people are saying. I'm posting weekly. I'm doing engaging stuff. I'm having wonderful conversations. I got the best guest. This person was awesome. No views. Why? So then I had to start going, well, maybe I'm not talking about this enough. Maybe I'm not excited about it enough. Shout out to Two Dope for getting us to this point where she was like, because when I met her, everything was, come look at this. I'm a superstar. And I was like, yes, bitch, you are. I see all of it. Let's be friends. So it's the same thing where it's just like, no, be excited about what you got going on. Be your biggest fan. It's the only thing that you can do. Because as soon as you're your biggest fan, you got the boundaries. You know how to identify the people who not their own biggest fans. So you can see it from a mile away. And then you have your drive because you're your biggest fan. You want to see what happens next on the next episode. That's all you are worried about. So this is how you do that. I'm so excited. I'm excited to share this with you guys, because once you are in a dark place and you're trying to run a business, and I don't know. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I kept being habits. I'm just going to be honest. Because none of this was mental. I was literally going through some shit mentally, but stuff was happening. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is be like, I'm my biggest fan. I can go through some shit. All my favorite shows are dramas. They are not boring things. They have stuff flying in the air. Things are blowing up. So why would I expect my favorite show to not have all that drama and all that stuff going on, right? So I'm just excited because I have come out of a very dark space, and now I'm here, and I want to help you guys. I know what it's like to not like your life. I know what it's like to not see any reason to move forward. I know what it's like to sit there and look around and be like, God, I don't want to be here. And then have absolutely no idea how the fuck you're going to move. I know what that's like. I've lived it. I lived it for years. So for me to sit here triumphed over that, I wanted to show you guys and talk to you guys about how you can do it. Because I know it's paralyzing. I know it hurts. I know it makes you cry in the shower. cry in the car on the way to your thing. I know, I did it. I do it. I do it now. Sometimes I cry in the closet because it's just where the fuck I gotta cry for a minute. However, this is how I get out of it. Routines, boundaries, and understanding exactly where I want to be, and telling everybody to fuck off who don't like it. So I want you guys to do the same. So thank you, Bossies, for watching this lovely episode of Entrepreneurish. Woohoo! You guys need to follow my page. I've said it so many times, but follow at entrepreneur.ish.podcast because we have Bossy journals. We have Bossy planners. We're going to get it together in 2024, and I'm so happy for us. I can't wait to see what we do. We got some events coming up in December for you guys to attend, to be a part of. Some are online. There's other things coming. You guys, I have courses coming. What? At least that she was never going to coach. I'm not coaching. I'm teaching. It's two different things. I'm telling you guys what I know to be true. It's two different things. I can't help you individually, but I can tell you what happened for me, okay? That's all I can do. And that is what a class is. This is what I'm going to teach, right? I'm gonna stand on my own business, right? So I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on Live Hip Hop Daily every Thursday at 7 with the Crew Creative Visions. Woohoo! And we'll see you guys next time.